Both teams come in extremely confident off resounding wins Friday. Texas dispatched of Central Arkansas. NC State beat Auburn by 14. Underway in Austin. The opening tip controlled by the Longhorns. First look at Joyner Holmes, the Big 12 Freshman of the Year, and fouled immediately by Maturing. That's her first, team's first. Karen Aston in her 5th season, Big 12 Coach of the Year, also spent 8 seasons here as an assistant. As Holmes shuffled the feet and traveled.
So 2 possessions to start the game for Texas, both of them going inside. Wes Moore in his 4th season at NC State had a lot of different looks defensively they were working on in practice yesterday. It left us hanging as whether we'd see a box and 1, triangle and 2. I think we'll get all kinds of different looks from NC State. Moore, a native of Texas. His sister drove early in the morning Friday to make sure she could watch her brother coach here in Austin. Deep 3, Maturing, and it's all net and a fast start for the Pack. Way to stay calm as the shot clock's running down. Anyone on this NC State team, they feel okay with the ball in their hands. A lot of creators.
3-0 Wolfpack. And Taylor, an offensive foul.
Great job by Ashley Williams, who was a big board getter the other day, and this time sets up for the charge. And trying to keep Texas out of the paint is got to be the most important part of NC State's defense today. If they beat you from the outside, so be it. Contact. Here's Spencer outside the Williams. Brooke, you mentioned it. She had 10 rebounds Friday. And inside, Nelson will shoot 2. Williams struggled from the field, but was dynamic on the boards. I'll tell you this, Roy. Most times, the more aggressive team will win the basketball game. So you don't have to be more talented to be more aggressive, right? And that's how NC State is going to counteract Texas and the size that they have. So we don't care that you're bigger. We're going to be tougher, and that's how we're going to win it. Foul went against Kelsey Lang, her first, team's 2nd. And Nelson at the line this year, almost 70%. You see the field goal percentage. She's got to stay out of foul trouble today. That is a key for this Wolfpack team on the road. McCarty, the Big 12 Player of the Year, pushing tempo. And defended by Spencer. What a fun matchup this will be. Tapped away by Nelson, out of bounds. Trying to spot Lang down low was Breonna Taylor. Talked to Chelsea Nelson yesterday at practice about, what are you going to do? What's your part and responsibility in taking care of the bigs? And she said the way that she wanted to guard Lang was to 3/4 or even front her. Do not allow her to catch the ball just in front. You see her working around to get position. Ooh, leads to a transition and a steal. Steal by Wilson, fouled near midcourt. Well, Breonna Taylor just picked up her 2nd. So great start and a heads-up play here this time from Dominique Wilson. Reading the pass, moving up the lanes. Because as you can see, Texas a bit hesitant. Now they've not been able to have the easy entry pass into the paint. A misread there from your 2 first-team All-ACC members. Ariel Atkins leads the Big 12 in steals, basically forced a turnover there with denial defense. And the Longhorns still in search of their first points. Texas at 24-8. School record 15 conference wins is Atkins, the first basket of the game. 4-2, Ariel Atkins, first-team All-Big 12. And a 1-possession game early. Spencer attacking off the glass, and Maya Spencer connects. She was so prepared. Talking to her pregame, you just have the sense that this team is going to embrace this opportunity to take on Texas on their home floor. And it starts with the message of the head coach, Wes Moore, and it bleeds through. And your point guard, Maya Spencer, what maturity this 5'8" senior has. Personal goes against Williams. That's her first. Wes Moore, native of Dallas. He's never led a team Division I ranks the 2nd weekend of the NCAA tournament. This is an important game for him.
Holmes down low, off the glass, and a chance for three.
There's no stoppage of motion when Joyner Holmes gets the ball. You see, she gets it off the inbound, no hesitation. She's going straight to the basket. Her angles have become so sharp. And she's got such an athletic body that, you know, you want to sacrifice yourself and try to take that charge. Go for it.
Shooting perhaps has been somewhat of an issue for the freshman. She connects for the free throw there. It's a one-point game. NC State in its motion offense attacking this man-to-man defensive pressure for UT. Wilson, elbow jumper, silky smooth.
Great job by Wilson to read the defense. Atkins did not stay truly in front of her off the screen. In fact, she was coming over the top, and that forced her a bit behind. And that allowed the open jump shot for Wilson. Now Texas getting into their groove.
Higgs, the runner in the paint, 8-7.
Right, all these pull-up jumpers. I'm in heaven right now. I don't know what to do with myself.
Mid-range game's in full effect.
It's so beautiful. Ooh, great block.
Spencer rejected. McCarty got in there at the last minute, and they'll turn it over to Texas.
This is not one you expect to see coming in from the backside. Looked like Brooke McCarty and Lang may have gotten a piece of that ball.
3.5 minutes in here in Austin. A competitive game as we would expect.
What a read.
And an offensive foul as Atkins came barreling down.
Karen Aston wanted the block on that play, but Maturin, she's the one on the team. She takes a lot of charges, and watch on the hedge. Position is there. Goodness, that was a great read and feel for the game defensively.
Fourth turnover for the Longhorns. Down low to Nelson. A left-handed player. A left-handed shot, rather, swatted away. Now catch a second-round NIT doubleheader tomorrow at 7 over on ESPN. And watch ESPN featuring UCF at Illinois State, Akron, and UT Arlington in the nightcap. Visit NCAA.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. Nelson, a right-handed player, can go with either hand near the rim. Comes up short here.
It's a lot of energy, Roy, but as you get close to the basket, you have to collect your thoughts. Just hesitate a little bit.
And another offensive foul.
Man, NC State came to play defensively. That's Holmes. As you can see, Karen Aston Seller pull up for that J right there. That soft teardrop shot. She's way too valuable. Good read again. Anticipation. Second charge in less than a minute for Maturin.
Maturin has been dynamic along those lines this year. Wilson in and out. Controlled by Higgs. Well, a fun pace to start this one here in Austin. Higgs, some shake and bake. And a sweet look inside. A free throw upcoming. Well, I didn't know if they were going to give her the basket initially, but they will. Texas grabs its first lead.
Williams trying to do the same thing Maturin just did, which was read the offense and step in front of Higgs for the charge, but she was too quick. Crossover there in NC State. They can't fall in love with the charge, Roy. They got to make sure they stop the ball first. Williams
with 2 personals. That'll bring in Aislinn Koenig from the bench. Suffered a foot injury earlier this year, now back in action. She's a sharpshooter. Brooke, she once made 14 three-pointers in a quarter in high school basketball, and there's Maya Spencer.
Love the way the guards, Spencer and Wilson, coming off the screen immediately looking for their jump shot. They're not wasting a lot of time getting into their offense. They feel good with the flow. How about that floater? Brooke McCarty.
Leading scorer for the Longhorns, more than 14 points per game. UT back out in front. Maturin. Halfway through the first. Well, Atkins' defense phenomenal on Wilson, and there's a forearm and a foul. And that'll be her second. Well, the foul's mounting up on both sides here in the early going.
But I like the way the teams are playing aggressive, especially on defense. You know, you have to make sure if rebounding and keeping points out of the paint is an emphasis, you have to be willing to sacrifice your body, take charges. That's what NC State has done. And for Texas, they're doing everything they can to guard off that perimeter ball screen. You have two guards like Wilson and like Spencer who are so good off the pull-up. This is what they were working on yesterday. Remember the hard hedges from the post players? They're not coming out aggressive off the screen to force them to the same side. They're allowing them to go middle, and that's what's giving them the open jump shots.
Wilson 2 of 2 at the line. She's got 4. Tied her career high, or season high rather, back on Friday with 23. Tied at 12. Higgs too strong. And tapped out. It'll stay with UT when we come back. Also, Maya Spencer. Hear from her herself. Our interview with Brooke Weisbrod coming up next.
Transition and only limit them to one shot, then I feel like we'll get this one.
You'll be in Dallas as the You Want to Be a Coach seminar. You hope to be there as a player. So Maya, as a coach, what is the motivational message you'd write on the board?
I mean, win or go home. I mean, you only get this opportunity once. So, I mean, for seniors, for the 4 seniors tonight, we just have to give it our all, and so the other teammates. And I know that we're all prepared for this right now, and I'm just excited to be here.
Now, rebounding will be critical for the Pack, and that could come down to the play of their backcourt on the boards. Last basket was by LaShawn Hicks. She's got 7 already, and NC State gives it right back, Brooke.
Off the screen. Got to make sure you're set, and that screen, or excuse me, that foul on Chelsea Nelson, a player that we both identified as someone who can get into foul trouble. The way she plays, it's aggressive. You want to have that, but when you get called on a screen, those are the inadvertent fouls that come back and really hurt you.
Well, Nelson's got to stay on the floor to just combat this Texas size. UT's one of the tallest teams in the country. Another foul against the Pack. Both teams in the bonus. It's been a fast-moving first quarter. And McCarty will shoot 2 at 76% at the line this year.
And it's not just that Texas is big, it's that they're balanced. They've had 7 different leading scorers, and in all but 6 games, they've had 3 players at least in double figures. So you have to prepare not just for Brooke McCarty, but Joyner Holmes, Kelsey Lang can hit shots. She's got range out to 10, 15 feet. Ariel Atkins has one of the most beautiful jump shots I've seen this season in college basketball. A team with scorers is a team that's very difficult to try and prepare for, and that's what NC State is up against.
Pack facing its largest deficit of the tournament. Shots too strong. It'll pop out to Alicia Sutton, who just checked in. That's number 1 in white for Texas. Higgs has had the hot hand with 7 points thus far. She'll attack baseline. 7 to shoot. Sutton, the turnaround. Crowd is fired up in NC State with work to do here in the first quarter. Koenig an open look.
Good transition defense there from NC State. Sensing the momentum is shifting to the Longhorns. Sutton taking over here in the first quarter. She feels good.
Alicia Sutton, averaging less than 4 points per game, has 4 off the bench already, and Wes Moore has seen it up. The ACC Coach of the Year will talk things over with his veteran ball club. His club has been impressive.
I tell you about the balance. Well, how about they've got 11 points from the bench already. And Texas, patient enough, they're finding their way to score inside. 10 points in the paint for the Longhorns.
Spencer, an open look from the wing, comes up short. The size of Sutton grabs the rebound.
Well, Sutton, big-time hustle plays here in the first quarter.
Keela Mays picks up her first. So out of the timeout, they tried to go down low, and UT was ready and waiting. Alicia Sutton coming back from an ACL injury in high school, looking to get more reps. She's just a freshman from St. Louis. And you see that knee brace on her left knee. Brooke, you know as well as anyone, it takes time to gain health, to gain strength, and the mental confidence needed. 1 of 2 at the line. Texas gets it back.
I've never had a knee injury like the way Sutton has had to deal with it, but I do know that it takes a lot of patience to be in those rehab rooms doing the little exercises, thinking one day, are you kidding me? Brooke McCarty Give her some style points. Give her some style points for that ball handling. Wow.
It'll go back to NC State, but McCarty was bobbing and weaving.
Oh, man. Look at this. 2 defenders splitting head fake. 3, 4, 5 defenders. This is 1-on-5. Oh, man. Underwood, you got to give her that assist now.
Maturin taking another charge on a big possession now for the Pack. Ely just checking in. That's 2 in red. With 10 to shoot, Mays in the paint, a brick. Somehow gets it back, a late whistle. And on the floor, it'll go against Texas. So Karan Goodrow picks up her first. That'll result in free throws for Mays.
NC State has started to hesitate when they get the ball and when they get a look. Texas has beefed up their defense. They're now more mobile. And that shot, the pull-up jumper has gone away. Instead, NC State trying to go inside. Now Wilson in the game, but you got Ashley Williams, their 3-point shooter in the game. NC State started okay, but they've had no points in the last 3 minutes and 34 seconds.
Till that free throw, that'll stop a 9-0 run for Texas momentarily.
And now you got Brooke McCarty playing the 2-guard spot off the ball to let Sutton run some of the offense. There it is.
That's her spot, McCarty. And it's all net once again for the Big 12 Player of the Year.
I mean, you've got a dynamic weapon in Brooke McCarty. We've seen the way she can handle the ball. That's a huge screen. You got to call that out.
Ely, wow. The left-handed finish.
Can't believe how quickly she got up off the floor.
Jada Underwood in for the first time. That's 12 in white from 16. Texas on fire.
Hitting all shots in rhythm, Roy. That's what it's about. It's about keeping the ball moving, setting a screen, calling the plays, and feeling good about the release. Wilson
comes up short. Rebound Underwood. She was fouled by Mays. That's her second. Now, much like its first round win against Central Arkansas Friday, this first quarter going all in favor of the home team, Texas.
I mean, credit to the way Karen Aston prepared her team to start this game. This is pretty incredible. They took an NC State team confident from the start, and just a couple minutes into this game, they figured it out. And the confidence of Texas really shining through here in this first quarter.
Jordan Hosey checks out, as does McCarty. Hicks and Holmes back in. The final minute and 1 second of a fast-moving first quarter. Underwood buries both. Well, it was 9-8 NC State.
My goodness.
Look out below. Ely rejected. Lang got in there, as did Holmes.
There's not much logically right about taking it to Holmes or Lang, because this is going to be the result 9 out of 10 times. 2 terrific defenders there. You got to make a different option.
Maturin down low has it swatted away.
Cannot challenge the bigs right now for Texas. You got to find other ways to get looks. Their mid-range jump shot has gone away.
Held ball, arrow favors NC State. Texas dominant on the glass thus far as well, out rebounding the Wolfpack by 10. Maya Spencer and Dominic Wilson will check out.
Texas shooting 83% in this quarter. That's how you start.
Eleven-second differential between game and shot clock. Spencer probing. And the battle for the loose basketball. Held ball. Texas gets it back. Longhorns with 16 points off their bench thus far. An incredible number led by LaShawn Higgs. Shot clock is off. The 3 seed Texas here in Austin, a dominant showing. Higgs, the crossover. And time runs out on the pack. What a start for the Longhorns. This Longhorns, 28-15 for the start of our second quarter. Winner of this one will get the winner of Kansas State and Stanford next Friday. The 7 versus the 2 seed matchup. And right now the Longhorns starting fast as they did Friday in their first round victory against UCA. Maturing. Tapped away and controlled by UT.
How many shots have you seen in the paint for NC State that look off balance? You're jumping into the size of the post players, hoping to draw contact, but the concentration on the rim goes away. So that's why I'm saying try to hit some of those short jumpers just before you run into Lang and the size of Holmes.
Just the 3rd miss from the field for Texas. Spencer, a chance for 3. And if you're NC State, you don't have to press the panic button just yet. Still plenty of time.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, this is the team that doesn't panic. They don't care what the deficit is. This is what you have to have. Your lead guards, your point scorers have the ball in their hands. She gets ahead of the break. You know, it's one of the few times we've seen NC State be able to get behind the Texas defense.
Spencer wearing number 3 in honor of one of her favorite players growing up, Allen Iverson. He's a big fan of LeBron James as well, aren't we all?
Definitely, but the AI comparison's right on. She's got that crossover down.
Back to a 10-point advantage. Underwood left open. Texas begins the second quarter with 2 misses.
If you're NC State, you just got to believe that the shooting streak for Texas, that they'll get cold. Keep playing your game, stay consistent. That's what got them the win against Auburn. Despite 21 turnovers, Roy, they played through the game and they stayed every possession knowing that they could get the win.
Well, it's too easy right there for number 3. Spencer with 9.
You see the way she creates. She lets the offense settle in, calls for a high ball screen, and then she can finish left to right. Texas has to hedge harder on those screens. It's what they worked on drill after drill in practice yesterday. Haven't put it into effect today.
Dominic Wilson starts the second quarter on the bench. He's got 4. Underwood, 3 straight misses to begin the second. And opening now for the Wolfpack. Monterey for 3. Well, that would have been big, controlled by Holmes.
Watch Holmes run the break here.
Joyner Holmes with the bounce.
No stop at 24 on the fast break.
Named after Jackie Joyner-Kersee, Joyner Holmes, the talented freshman. The Big 12 freshman of the year, in fact. Back to a 10-point lead. High ball screen for the first team All-ACCer. With the bounce as well. And Spencer in double figures with 11 as she hit the deck. Holmes an air ball. And swatted to Williams.
What a great box out by Nene Cole underneath. Kept the play alive, kept the rebound.
Monterey out of control and out of bounds.
Maya Spencer, top of the key, gets a screen from Maturin and gives a little hesitation, just enough to sell the defense that she might pass to the wing. And then off the fast break, Joyner Holmes. You get to see a few more years of this, Texas fans. You got a lot to look forward to. And Spencer again. You see that? See that hesitation? See how low she gets? It takes such subtle movements sometimes to shake the defense.
Chelsea Nelson back in, off the glass.
Great move.
And here comes NC State.
Nelson realizing she's got to play aggressive, and this time does it in control. That's what you want to see from your players. Lang, great movement on her own. The lateral defense is there, just gets her with the body.
Lang picks up her second, and just like that, the lead's been sliced in half. 69% at the line is Nelson. She gets the roll. 30-25. And a 10-2 NC State run to start the second quarter.
And from NC State, we've seen the triangle and 2 defense. All kind of different looks. Texas still looking to get the ball inside. I love that they haven't abandoned their game plan.
And down low, Holmes fouled from behind, and Nelson picks up the personal. That's her second.
So if you're Wes Moore, what do you do? And how long do you keep in your best defenders? Because you know Texas is going to try to go right back to Holmes and get another call.
Alicia Sutton stays in with 4 points off the bench in the first. McCarty back in, comes up short. Holmes on the offensive glass. Traveled, her second turnover.
You know, she knew it. Tapped her chest and headed back the other way. And I really have so many great things to say about this young lady. Her attitude is so phenomenal. You know, telling me growing up, she thinks a lot about playing like Tina Thompson, like Kobe Bryant. I said, and here you are. You have Tina Thompson, your idol, to learn from. She said, I don't take 1 minute of that for granted.
Offensive foul, Kayla Ely. Cleared out with a forearm. It's back to Texas. And clearly pushing off against the Big 12 Player of the Year. Now, Brooke, we've seen it many times this year where Texas builds a lead and then gives it right back. That's been something that's plagued this program at times. Had a 13-point lead in the first quarter. Now it's trimmed to 5. McCarty make it 7.
I don't know if there's a better player at coming off a screen at such a great angle and at the speed at which Brooke McCarty can do and then handle the ball.
Spencer trying to thread the needle. It was kicked away. Well, she has the ability to cut and then go in the opposite direction. I mean, on a dime, time after time. Her
footwork is phenomenal. So keep your eye on that first, players. When you're trying to learn how to play the game, it starts with their feet. You see her heels aren't even touching the ground. They always talk about playing on the balls of your feet. That's how you do it.
It's like a jump cut in football at times. You just never know which direction she's going. I don't think she does, but she makes it work.
Yeah, it looks good.
4 minutes into the second quarter. Here in Austin, the Irwin Center, the winner advances to the Sweet 16. Batted away by Sutton. Ashley Williams will check back in as Ely goes to the Wolfpack bench. And Brooke, I think you hit the nail on the head earlier. She had 10 rebounds in that first-round victory against Auburn on Friday. Ashley Williams, she's got to be able to score the basketball today.
Well, no doubt. She's got to look for her opportunity to score. And she's making an impact defensively, but this has been the Texas show today. They're on their horses.
Wilson answers on the other end, and Dominique Wilson with 6. Now back and forth we go. Higgs, an air ball. The rebound by Dee Rogers, who just checked in. With Nelson in early foul trouble. Wilson for 3. And a quick 5-0 outburst by NC State. The lead's been trimmed to 4 halfway through the second quarter. We got a good one. Georgia, her brother plays basketball at Pittsburgh. What a great story.
And the T-shirts to match. That's what I like. Miss Mary comes with the swag. The NC State best dressed of the bunch.
Out of the timeout. Karan Goodrow the miss. Here comes the pack. You can feel how energy and momentum have changed hands a couple of times already in this one.
No doubt. You know, that's why playing in quarters makes it such compelling basketball to watch, Roy, is because you can really chunk it down into 2 games per quarter. And Texas owned the second half of the first quarter, and here comes NC State here late in the second with their own surge. And it's about every possession trying to do the right things and taking the best shots you can. And for NC State, I think they've dialed back on their shot selection, not trying to run into crowds and release, instead saying, okay, how can we open up the outside? Wilson has been a big reason for that comeback here in the second quarter.
Offensive foul. Holmes tried to clear space. She'll pick up the personal. That'll be her second.
That's a big one. She'll have to sit out. Hosey will come in for her, and you see battling for post position here. There's just that extra moment there. Extra action with the left hand.
5 offensive fouls so far for Texas.
Yeah. Well, NC State's doing a good job of selling the call and getting themselves in position and making it easy for the officials to make that call.
Monterey had to tie her shoe there for a moment. Spencer waited patiently, now launches. In and out. McCarty controls for Texas. Well, she just has no second gear. She's just in attack mode all the time.
You watch her feet, it's like ba 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 ba. Just such quick footwork.
And over the back, Karan Goodrow fouled. Keela May snuck in there. That'll be her third. So Mays, with the size at 6 feet 5 inches tall, fouls mounting up now for both sides.
It's only going to make Texas look to go inside even more.
Yeah, you would think so. Under 4 to play in the second. Open look, too strong. Wilson corrals the rebound. Oh, an open look, top of the key. McCarty got there late, but Wilson can't connect. Posey down low, short.
Love the defense there from Maya Spencer. Undersized, but she built a wall that looked 6'4" high. I mean, that was brilliant. Nowhere to go for Texas.
Longhorns only missed 3 field goals in the first 10 minutes. They've missed 9 so far in the second quarter. Well, a helter-skelter pace these last 2 minutes. No points on the board. McCarty against Williams. And now Higgs baseline in traffic. Back to NC State.
That's a case of trying to do one too many dribbles, make too hard of a play. You had the open jump shot off the dish from McCarty. And one thing Brooke McCarty does well is she passes that ball right into your shooting pocket. So instead, take that ball in rhythm and shoot the jumper.
Oh, Higgs nearly forced the turnover. 5 on 4. Wilson sensing it, somehow draws a foul. Karan Goodrow picks up her second. Coming up on the Northwestern Mutual halftime report. Updates from West Virginia, Maryland, DePaul, and Mississippi State. And hopefully those two as competitive as what we have here in Austin. It's been a fun start for a chance to go to the Sweet 16. One possession game. Nene Cole back in as Mays checks out with 3 personals.
I think that's the right call to make. You've got defense for offense substitution. Cole with size, but now with a lot of fouls.
Dominique Wilson with 10 points, make it 11 to match her teammate Maya Spencer. So the senior backcourt getting NC State right back in it. Sutton from 16. Texas has missed its last 5, make it 6 field goals. Wes Moore, what a job he has done, the ACC Coach of the Year. Second trip to the big dance in his 4 seasons. Just missed the NCAA tournament last year. It's motivation for this campaign, and it's paid off. Wolfpack with wins against 3 top 10 teams this year. And another turnover.
Boy, this is incredible. Texas comes out to start the game. They scored 28 points in the first quarter. You know how many they got this quarter? 6 single-digit scoring for the Longhorns here in the second. So NC State tightened up their defense, forced Texas to start shooting from the outside, and then they got control of the boards. How about that give and go?
Spencer ties the game. Maya Spencer leads all scorers with 13 points. A 9-0 run for the Pack. McCarty against Williams again, 10 to shoot. Posey against Cole. The hesitation. Can't connect, and a foul on the floor against NC State's Ashley Williams. So Williams picks up her 3rd to go along with Akilah Mays' 3 fouls as well.
Great timing on the boards for Texas. And that's what you get, the size. It just comes in waves. It never stops.
Next foul will put the Longhorns in the bonus. NC State already there. Williams out. Kayla Ely in. Wolfpack trailed by as many as 13 in the first quarter, and they've come storming back. Well, a brief conversation with our veteran officiating crew led by Tina Napier. Foul was on the floor. Williams just swiped at it. And with 91 seconds remaining in the first half, looks like they'll have a look over at the scorers table. And the Longhorns have possession, set to trigger the inbounds. They were making sure that was not a shooting foul. It was not. Hey, Brooke, give some credit to NC State's defense in this second quarter. It's been more in your face than what we saw in the first 10 minutes.
And really, it was the triangle and two they started off the game with, and now they're in a 2-3 zone. I just think they've done a good job of limiting Texas to one shot and getting out and being aggressive in the wings. You got to start with ball pressure on the guards. Make the wing entry pass difficult, too.
With 3 on the shot clock, Sutton connects from downtown. Texas back in front, 37-34. Wilson baseline. And a foul on the floor. Was hit by Underwood. She picks up her second. And Brooke McCarty finding a way to at least distribute to an open Longhorn. And Sutton, just her 8th three-point shot made this year out of 39 attempts. Dominic Wilson now with 12 as Higgs is in, Underwood is out. A fast and furious pace here in our first 20 in Austin. Winner advancing to the Sweet 16. Wilson now has 13. McCarty off the screen and open look. Skying for the rebound was Wilson. It pops out to Maturin, and NC State loses it out of bounds. Tonight after the Purdue Notre Dame women's tournament game on ESPN, make sure you wrap up your weekend with SportsCenter Night, hosted by John Anderson and Nicole Briscoe. Breakdowns from all the men's and women's tourney games and more. SportsCenter Night streaming live on the ESPN app. And watch ESPN. Shot clock is off. McCarty, the runner. The putback by Hosey's no good. And NC State can play for the final shot. Texas won for its last 11 from the field to close down the first half. And the Wolfpack in search of the lead. Maturin straight away. Just drew the rim inside, no whistle. And the first 20 minutes come to a close in Austin. (37-36) our score.
Obviously, out of the junk D, you got some zone principles, so we got to be able to rebound. That concerns me. We got to handle their pressure. I mean, they get after you, so we got to be able to do that. And then their posts are just so big inside. Got to try to battle and get it done there, making tough shots over the D.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Brooke, well done. Back to live action. Start of our third quarter. Inside Breonna Taylor. The basket, and the lead grows to 3.
That's the first 2 points of the night for Taylor. Last 5 games, she's averaged just about 8.7 rebounds. So she's up on the board as well for Texas. We talked about their balance a bit in the first half. Only 3 very strong guards here to start the second.
It's been a game of runs thus far. Here's a steal. The Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, then fouled by Maya Spencer. That's her second. 16-3 run to end the first quarter for UT. Then NC State in the second. Brooke, as you indicated with Wes Moore, they were dominant.
Well, they just figured it out. You know, in this NC State team, they do not panic. Doesn't matter the size of the lead they have or how much they have to fight to come back from behind. They will figure it out defensively. We saw a bunch of different looks from them, and that's what happened. Eventually, Texas struggled with the rhythm in their scoring. But so far here to start the second half, that's what they've done. They've gone inside again, trying to find those easy looks.
Maya Spencer, Dominique Wilson combined for 26 in the first 2 quarters. 13 apiece. Off the steal, and now Wilson gets it right back.
Not too many players can read the lanes.
Wilson for 3.
Is about to pass, but wow, Wilson. She's played with such high confidence today.
We'll say that's a long deuce. Foot was on the line. The lead is back to 1. Dominique Wilson grew up wanting to play football like her dad did at Georgia Tech. And she comes up with another steal. Wilson trying to go coast to coast. And indeed she will. The Pack back out in front, 40-39.
Great job reading the lanes. You see NC State, they're in their triangle and 2 defense again. More junk defense from Wes Moore. And the home rim not so friendly to Texas on that shot.
Kelsey Lang with 5 blocks already this afternoon. Unable to connect there, but Wilson with 4 steals.
Incredible anticipation there. You got to read the eyes. And pulls up for a 3, a long 2 in transition.
2 minutes into the third quarter. Wolfpack with their first lead since the early moments of this when Spencer off the screen. Will feed to Chelsea Nelson off the glass, and Chelsea Nelson connects. She's got 6. And the putback. Maya Spencer making it happen down low.
What a gutsy play. Maya Spencer goes from leading the break, doesn't give it up underneath, doesn't take a bad shot, instead finds an open teammate. And Chelsea Nelson with the finish here off the power dribble. And then Spencer, the heads up. And after the score, to see her sneaking on in. Well, that's a pass Holmes has to make sure is there. And you see Brooke McCarty tapping her on the shoulder to say, hey, we got to make sure we're communicating.
NC State last led, Brooke, when it was 9-8.
Wow.
They've stormed out of the gates to begin this third quarter on an 8-2 run to grab their largest lead of the game. Brief stoppage in play. Our veteran officiating crew led by Tyna Napier going over that last sequence. The foul went against Holmes. That is her 3rd. And the foul starting to mount up really for both sides, but Holmes and Atkins now with 3 apiece for the Longhorns. So a chance for 3 the hard way. It'll be 1 shot for Maya Spencer.
And important for a player like Joanna Holmes to keep her composure despite getting into foul trouble, making a mistake. Now is the time. She's sitting next to head coach, well, excuse me, assistant coach, maybe one day future head coach, Tina Thompson. But getting those words of encouragement to say, okay, these are the plays and the mistakes we can't make.
Tyna Napier was double checking to make sure Holmes didn't deserve a technical foul. After bouncing the basketball hard off the deck, she did not. After the free throw by Spencer, the lead swells to 6. And perhaps an upset brewing here deep in the heart of Texas. McCarty fouled. Spencer came crashing down, and Brooke Dolig down, but Maya Spencer with her 3rd.
It's so hard because both teams trying to play up the lane and play aggressive. But clearly can't do too much. So important for number 3 to be on the floor.
Ron Goudreau, wide right, controlled by Maturin. Open look from bonus land. Breonna Taylor corrals the rebound.
And because Texas is so big, NC State can't afford to have too many players run in to try to crash the boards. They got to get back and stop the breaks. And nice play there from Ashley Williams to tie up the ball.
Arrow favors the Wolfpack, as does momentum. Alicia Sutton checks back in. Taylor to the bench. It was the Longhorns bench that really provided the spark in the first half. Sutton 2 points away from her career high already with 8, and Higgs with 9 in the first 20.
Yeah, the bench came through for Texas. 21 points tonight. And counting. We've got 7 to 10 players who get regular minutes. And meanwhile, this NC State team, dominant, the guard heavy, staying in that triangle in 2.
I want to talk to you as well about the concepts of the triangle in 2, because we asked Wes Moore about it yesterday. They were getting ready for both that and the box and 1, or diamond and 1 as he called it. It's a junk defense built to sag down low on the Texas bigs and disrupt the backcourt.
Right, you think of the pack defense, and that's what you're seeing. Packing it in inside the paint, and the other 2 players not involved, and kind of involved in one-on-one type of defense, and that's why you saw Atkins trying to come off the screen and make a play of her own. And that's a good outside jump shot there from Chelsea Nelson. She's got 8.
Nelson with 8. The run is 11-0 in favor of the Wolfpack, who suddenly lead by 8 points.
Well, it's hard to believe after the start Texas had to see NC State climb back in this one the way they have, but they have fight.
Trailed by 13 in the first quarter.
You gotta believe, Roy. You got to believe.
Sutton inside in the basket by Karan Goudreau. Wolfpack boasting 3 wins over top 10 programs this year, including at Florida State and at Louisville. No stranger to success away from Raleigh. Nelson, her second field goal in this quarter. She's got 10.
She likes that spot. Similar play off the catch. Nice rhythm in her jump shot there. Gets her feet set. And despite the foul trouble, Nelson's still looking to make plays.
Sutton directing traffic. Karan Goudreau's got that shot. Tough pass picked off by Nelson. The value of each possession for the Longhorns today, it has not been there in the last 2 quarters. 15 turnovers now for UT. Spencer. Shot was bothered by Sutton. No whistle. McCarney, Karan Goudreau. Helped make that Lang with a basket. So between Lang and Karan Goudreau, all kinds of size inside. It'll pay dividends that possession.
Well, you talk about chemistry. That was a chemistry play between Brooke McCarty and Kelsey Lang. They read each other. Off the defensive shift, Lang steps into the open spot to receive the pass.
Wilson sizes up the defense and foul. Kelsey Lang picks up her 3rd as we step aside. Dominic Wilson, Chelsea Nelson, and the Wolfpack on the road, a 6-point lead. Kentucky next weekend at stake, in the Wolfpack in the midst of a 34-15 run after trailing by as many as 13 way back at the end of the first quarter. With Brooke Weisbrod, Roy Philpott, it's great to have you with us. Dominique Wilson continues her hot shooting so far in this postseason. And Texas now finds itself on the wrong end of a 51-43 score.
It's been 3 players for NC State, Spencer, Nelson, and Wilson with 43 points. The rest of the team just 6. Meanwhile, Texas, very balanced distribution of scoring, 23 points off the bench. That's a nice but risky pass. Well, Sutton to Lang. And that's what you get when you get that kind of height at 6'5", and the concentration and reach that Lang gives you.
High ball screen for Maya Spencer. Pick and pop. Nelson attacks. Gets it back. And the putback.
Well, first you don't get it, keep fighting. And that's what Chelsea Nelson is in the game to do.
Hand off to Ariel Atkins, who's been held in check with just 2 points. In and out. Williams comes down with the rebound. Ashley Williams has yet to attempt a field goal in this contest, but she's done a nice job just being disruptive, working against Brooke McCarty on several possessions.
Took some big charges early to start this game. And that's going to be one there.
That's the right call. It came about a second too late. Wilson picks up her second.
Atkins didn't crowd her space too much, but you could see the push off there. I mean, that's,
there was
you
an
could
elbow.
let that go.
You could.
Or you could call it. I mean, in my opinion, I would have let that go. I didn't, felt like that warranted a charge, but it was enough selling from Atkins to earn the call.
Karan Goodrow picks up her third. And the third team foul. Now the Wolfpack with an 8-point advantage, led by head coach Wes Moore in his 4th season. ACC Coach of the Year. Ironically, he grew up a big fan of the Texas Longhorns football program. He actually met Matt Brown for the first time this weekend. And it was Coach Brown that gave the pep talk to the Lady Longhorns back on Friday. And so he was kind of having mixed emotions about that, but of course, trying to win this one. And McCarty, the Big 12 Player of the Year, a big answer on the other end.
Her ability to concentrate on the rim despite traffic, despite getting hit, is pretty remarkable, Roy. And you watch her off the dribble again. Magic, feisty, gets contact. I mean, even as she's falling down, she's looking at the rim.
McCarty now in double figures with 11. The foul went against Nelson. That's her third. And on the miss, if that's Nelson, that's number 4. Oh, what a big call that is.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with this one, Roy. I felt like Nelson had the right position.
So she picks up 2 fouls in about 2.5 seconds. And one of the top offensive weapons for State in this game heads to the bench. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't agree with the call. And there's Nelson not able to substitute out of the game.
Keela Mays was trying to check in.
Yeah.
Texas in the bonus will get the free throws. So instead of an NC State rebound, Texas a chance to make this a 4-point game. Men's ice hockey skates towards the Frozen Four in Chicago. Regional semifinals begin Friday at 3 Eastern on ESPN2 and watch ESPN. And visit NCAA.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. Ron Goodrow now with 3. Joyner Holmes on the offensive glass. And a 4-point possession for UT makes it a 1-possession game. Spencer, and 1.
Wow. What a comeback for Maya Spencer. Feeling the energy of this crowd, but first let's take a look at the rebound from Holmes. Right place, right time, gets through 2 NC State defenders, and then off the screen, look at her staying low, bodying up, squaring up to the backboard. That's how you do it. That's how you finish.
19 points for the first team All-ACC performer. Higgs had the hot hand of the first half. Not here. And Maya Spencer takes a deep breath. Will size up this Texas defense yet again. Wilson, the crossover in traffic with the finish. Dominique Wilson.
Huge collision underneath the basket between Maturian and Atkins. Wilson keeping the dribble alive, just reading the screen beautifully and waiting for her turn to find the opening, and she found the only one left.
Texas led by as many as 13 in this one. They now trail it by 8, and another turnover. 16 now for the Longhorns.
See Karen Aston standing up, clapping her hands, saying, help each other, make sure we're communicating out there. And that's the big hedge you want to see. Joyner Holmes coming off big on that one.
Monterey, offensive foul. She'll pick up her second personal.
Monterey has done this a few times this afternoon. Ron Goodrow, perfect positioning to take that charge. Who says the centers and the post players don't want to get dirty?
8 offensive fouls in this game. Well, we know you like that contact. McCarty the floater. She's got 13. Tense moments here in Austin. And Wilson will shoot 2. Boy, Wilson, Spencer having their way with this Texas backcourt. And then the bigs for the Longhorns haven't really had any answers with the help side defense.
You know, one thing I think they could do, they worked on this yesterday, off the ball screen, you could double team, you could hedge to force NC State's guards to one side of the floor. They're letting them turn the corner. And Karen Aston stopped practice 4, 5, 6 times yesterday to say be bigger off the ball screen, off that hedge. Allowing NC State's guards to dictate what they want to do with it. And you can't let that happen.
And no player's been bigger for State than Dominique Wilson. Had 23 Friday in the win against Auburn. 23 already this afternoon against Texas. Shot clock is off.
Look at Higgs just being dared to shoot.
Holmes for 3. That's not her spot, but she connects. Just her second 3-ball of the season.
She's a big-time player, and she's ready for the spotlight, trust me. A great job in keeping their team confident and believing that they can still get a win.
Start of the 4th quarter. The winner will battle the winner of Stanford and Kansas State next Friday in Lexington. Holmes hit the 3-pointer a minute ago. Comes up short from 18 here. Spencer a senior, Wilson a senior, refusing to let their team lose this game. And State trailed by 13 after 10 minutes. Wilson well off the mark. Holmes controls. Atkins, that's her spot. Too strong, but gets it back. A late whistle. Atkins. We'll see Akila Mays pick up her 4th personal. That'll put Atkins at the stripe. So a chance, Brooke, to make this a 1-possession game. And for Atkins, she really hasn't done much of anything so far in this one.
Yeah, the shot, it looks nice. It's just off. Atkins 1 of 5 from the floor, but I love her pursuit of the basketball after the shot. You got to follow it. Nobody boxed her out, so she's getting rewarded at the free throw line.
Make sure you check out ESPNW.com. Cast your vote for your favorite hand clap hoopla video. Plus more on Kelsey Plum in Washington against Oklahoma. Road tests everywhere, including Stanford in Manhattan. Winner of that game will await the winner of this one this afternoon in Austin. One possession game at the Irwin Center. Spencer against Higgs, left side of the paint. And again, Wilson, Spencer getting into the painted area, getting back to the charity stripe.
And Atkins picking up another foul. So what is the adjustment for Texas? Because I don't think you want the ball in the hands of Spencer or Wilson coming down to the stretch and allowing them to create off that ball screen. I think if you're Texas, you got to throw a trap in and force other players to shoot. You know, it's late in the game, and Ashley Williams, who's still scoreless, and force her to take a shot.
Could an upset be in the works in Austin? Spencer connects with both free throws. Wolfpack 18 of 20 at the stripe. They were perfect at the line in that first round win against Auburn. Holmes, short.
What a huge rebound.
McCarney, it's all net. McCarney with 16. The lead is 2.
But Karan Goudreau with maybe one of the biggest rebounds in this game. She had to fight for that one. What great positioning.
Athletic play by Williams to corral that basketball. Mays way off the mark. Here comes Texas with a chance to tie. Closest it's been in 5 minutes. Sutton from 16. Tie game.
That's trust in your teammates. And McCarty having a quiet afternoon too. 16 points on 6 of 10 shooting, 2 of 4 from the three-point line. That's your MVP doing work, and this time when nobody's looking.
Off the backdoor cut by Spencer. Stop and pop. Silky smooth. 23 points for number 3.
That was the option. That was the option before Karan Goudreau could get up to contest. Spencer with the pull-up J.
Sutton trying to respond, cannot. Holmes on the offensive glass, can. And a timeout on the floor as Karen Aston will talk things over with her ladies. We're tied at 64 in Austin, Texas.
Points, and look at the shooting. 11 of 18, just 7 missed shots from those two.
If you're just tuning in, the story has been the NC State backcourt. Dominique Wilson, Maya Spencer, and again, Wilson in attack mode. Well, Brooke, I mentioned it earlier. She grew up wanting to play football like her dad at Georgia Tech, and kind of a running back's mentality through the hole that time.
Yeah, no doubt. Just took it right up the middle, and Sutton still on the floor reeling after a collision. Wilson got up herself. A little ginger on that left side, that left leg.
And she's going to require some assistance. One more look.
Strong take to the basket. I'm trying to say step for step with Wilson, difficult as it is. Easy to get tangled up.
Remember, too, she had the ACL injury in high school on that left knee. True point guard coming back from that surgery. And just a resilient freshman from St. Louis in clear pain.
Done a terrific job this afternoon, putting all the effort in. 10 points on 4 of 8 shooting.
That's a career high, too.
Yeah. And it's with Shug well. It's what her dad calls her. That's what we'll call her. Shug Sutton. Great to see her walking off the floor on her own merit. toughness.
Our veteran officiating crew taking one more look at that last sequence. Wilson will shoot 2 free throws. And Tyna Napier talking things over right now. We'll have an extended conversation with both sides, it looks like. It was a physical bang-bang play down low, but I don't see a reason to maybe change the common foul to flagrant 1 or flagrant 2.
No. I didn't see anything unnecessary or excessive about this play. Certainly a play on the ball, if you ask me.
And they are going to rule that foul a flagrant 1.
Wow. That's surprising.
Karen Aston can't believe it. She walked away from that conversation in disbelief. It's Tyna Napier confirming to us flagrant 1, unnecessary contact, 2 shots and the ball for NC State.
I didn't see what was unnecessary about it. It seemed to me like it was a play on the ball.
Talk about adding insult to injury. Sutton had to leave the court after the foul itself. And a chance for NC State to create some distance. So you're looking for unnecessary or excessive contact, not a legitimate play on the ball. Flagrant 1 the call. And now a held ball. Arrow stays with NC State.
Yeah, I got to say, I disagree with that call. I thought it was a play, a clean play, defensively on the ball, not going after any other part of the body. And we'll see how that will play out in the end, if that might be the difference, or if it will fuel Texas to play a little harder.
Crowd on edge here in Austin. Wilson with the bounce. That's a long 2 for 22 in red, and Wilson has got 27 points. So a 4-point possession after the flagrant foul. Important possession now for Texas, and Higgs cashes in. She has 11.
Brilliant move by Karen Aston. She has allowed Joyner Holmes to be a free roamer in the offense, and when she's getting the ball right around the top of the key, you got to make a decision if you're NC State. You're going to stay, but she can put the ball on the floor and create and pass. Joyner Holmes just found her sweet spot.
A 2-point game. Spencer with 10 on the shot clock. Against Higgs, the spin. Inside off the glass. Are you kidding me?
That's what I was going to say. Maya Spencer, where are you coming up with these moves? How are you finding the openings? Goodness. Spin move. Keep your dribble alive. Don't let Lang get a piece of the ball, and you finish. Incredible concentration.
The 4th foul on Kelsey Lang. Spencer with 25 points. Her backcourt teammate and fellow senior Dominique Wilson with 27. And the Wilson and Spencer law firm in effect here in Austin this afternoon.
Where you get the sense that she might be in the zone. I mean, locked in. She's playing as though she doesn't even feel herself out there right now, just floating. That's when you know she's got the look.
Wolfpack back in their junk defense. Higgs, short. Mays the rebound. Nearly fouled by Holmes.
Good non-call, though. Great non-call.
Keela Mays with 4 personals. Chelsea Nelson with 4. Nelson remains on the bench for the Pack. And you know who wants it. 3-pointer off. Karan Goudreau with a rebound.
I think that's not the shot you want if you're NC State.
And a blocking foul means free throws for Brooke McCarty, the Big 12 Player of the Year.
And Maturine can't spend a lot of time trying to argue that call.
That'll be her 3rd, 2nd team foul. And McCarty with 16 points and 3 boards today. 2 of 3 at the line, 76% this season. And the NCAA Women's Championship presented by Capital One continues tonight with more second-round games. At 7 Eastern, we'll have 8-seed Arizona State, top seed South Carolina, Missouri, and Florida State as well over on ESPN2. Both are streaming live on the ESPN app and watch ESPN. Gamecocks and Sun Devils on the mothership today. One possession game. 9 players in this one with 3 fouls or more. Halfway through the fourth.
There's that hard hedge Texas was working on yesterday in practice, but NC State found a way around it. What a brilliant pass.
First field goal for Akila Mays. The lead is back to 5. McCarty, an open look. Yes! 2-point game.
She is a star.
McCarty with 21, 73.
Brooke McCarty is a non-hesitation kind of player, and for the offense to not even be focused around her this afternoon, she's 7 of 11 from the floor, 21 points. And she's just done a great job of keeping this team steady Eddie.
It started out as the game of the tournament. Let's see how it ends as, once again, Dominique Wilson heading back to the charity stripe. They'll deem that one on the floor. It'll be NC State basketball. Next foul will result in free throws for the Wolfpack. 4th on Ariel Atkins. Spencer, little shake and bake, fading away, count it. 28 points on the board.
How about that? Spencer taking nearly the entire Texas team on herself, starting with the one-on-one with Joyner Holmes. Outmatched in size, but not in heart.
Ron Goodrow, the spin and the bounce pass, sails out of bounds.
And the 17th turnover this afternoon for Texas. NC State scoring 14 points off those turnovers. Big ones down the stretch, and especially for Texas, you got to look at the foul trouble. Atkins with 4, Karan Goodrow with 4, and Lang. So some of your bigger players inside at risk.
Mays goes to work on Kelsey Lang, who has 4 fouls, and another block for number 40 in White. Big stop there for the Longhorns. Lang double team. The dump off to Holmes. In traffic, too strong. A fresh 30 seconds with 3:27 remaining. What a game this has been. McCarty. An air ball, and Holmes tapped it out. It'll go over to NC State. So Maya Spencer awaiting the pass here from Ashley Williams, already with a new career high today. Brooke with 28 points.
And look at the adjustment now. Karen Atkins putting the Defensive Player of the Year in the Big 12. Full court on Maya Spencer, Breonna Taylor. Let's see what we can do here. First teamer, go at it.
Surprised that adjustment hadn't been made prior to this possession, and it pays off. Here's a steal. McCarty and Holmes, the no-look dish inside. Basket will not count. That's a blocking foul, as Spencer tried to set up shot just outside the restricted arc area. And that'll be her 4th.
Might have been better off just to contest on this one. It looked like the ball slipped out of the hands of Maturin. And for Spencer, I don't know that you can beat Brooke McCarty to the spot.
I don't know that Michael Jordan could do that in this game.
We need Jackie Joyner-Kersee in here to beat McCarty to the spot. Only woman.
So a non-shooting foul. Texas will inbound. Karen Ashton's team made it all the way to the regional final last year before running into UConn. Faded a little bit down the stretch to give up the Big 12 championship.
Taylor stepped out of bounds.
And Taylor gives it right back. Wolfpack won their first game away from Raleigh yesterday since 1999, or rather on Friday. That first round win against Auburn for Texas. Trying to go back to the Sweet 16. Williams, a rare open look. Monterey too strong. And the foul against the Wolfpack.
Now that one hurts. Maturian had a golden opportunity to extend the lead for NC State. As well as she has played, at times she's played too fast. Important for her to collect herself before going back up strong.
Unbelievably, 7 players in this contest with 4 fouls. 4 for State, including Spencer, Nelson, Monterey, and Mays. 3 for Texas, Atkins, Lang, and Karan Goudreau. McCarty, an open look. Lang on the offensive boards. One more try, yes! 75-73, and the foul on Higgs on the attempted inbounds.
Spencer took a shot to the right side and gets back up. Has a little smile for somebody in the crowd. Boy, talk about the confidence and the concentration, trying to walk that off.
We talked to her when NC State first arrived at the NCAA tournament, and we asked her, hey, how much sleep are you going to get tonight? She said, oh, it's not going to be a problem. I'm going to tell my ladies to relax. My pregame speech the next day. She quickly came back to us 24 hours later and said, I didn't sleep a lick. And I don't think I'm going to sleep before we got to battle these guys either. Texas.
Yeah, she certainly seemed prepared, ready for battle today, and the way she's played has been pretty incredible, just willing herself to get to the basket on every possession.
A career high 29 points, 3-point game. Will sag off of Higgs. Atkins, Lang from 10, shoots at 11. Holmes is there, and a late whistle. And Chelsea Nelson just fouled out. Well, she's been out of this one for the better part of the last quarter. And that's a big loss for the Pack. Her size, her offense, 12 points she'll leave with. They're going to be missed by NC State.
And Joyner Holmes as a player who can just roam through on that offense. She's been attacking the offensive glass really well here. She's got 8 rebounds. And Texas with 14 offensive rebounds, 16 second chance points.
Holmes perfect at the line today. The emotion of this moment catching up with Chelsea Nelson, and understandably so.
And it's hard to fight back tears, you know, knowing you're done for this game, but you got a lot of work to do from the bench.
2 minutes to play. The lead is 1. The crowd on its feet. Five to shoot for Maya Spencer. Tapped out, and last hit by NC State. Oh, and McCarty let out a yell after that sequence.
Huge play defensively for Texas, knowing the ball was going to come down to the hands of Maya Spencer, and they're going to take another look at this one. Shot clock running down. Joyner Holmes might have gotten a piece of that, but let's see here. Trying to go off the touch pass. Monterey. No, that ball looks to be, to me, off Brooke McCarty.
I would agree.
Her right hand, you see the ball change direction. And Ashley Williams pulls her hand back, unless she looked guilty of touching it at the very last second. I didn't see that.
Tyna Napier, Sue Blanche, Jules Gallen will take a look. And Brooke, I would agree with you 100%. After this official review, it should be NC State basketball with just 1:35 remaining, the shot clock at 3.
Well, that's why it's so important with rules changes, moments like this, where you can take huge possessions and make sure you get the call right. But with Texas having the basketball, there has to be indisputable evidence to turn it the other way. I think the ball went off of McCarty. To me, it should be NC State ball.
And of course, you can review this possession, the last 2 minutes of the second half and in overtime. or at any point in the game if it's a shot clock violation. Winner of this game will battle the winner of Stanford and Kansas State in Lexington, Kentucky on Friday. That game, of course, in the Sweet 16. But Karen Aston, the Big 12 Coach of the Year, always calm, cool, and collected. She's got to have her heart pounding through her chest right now. The trajectory of the basketball, it looked like it was altered after the ball came out of the Wolfpack players' hands. Last touch by McCarty. You're looking for conclusive evidence here.
Well, to me, it was conclusive. Off the touch pass from Mazzarine. The ball changes direction once. I didn't see it change twice. It would have changed twice had Ashley Williams from NC State gotten her hand on it. To me, it looked like she pulled her hand away. NC State ball. But we'll see what the officials have to say.
Now, there won't be a lot of time to get off a shot for the Pack out of the ACC. And after an extended delay and now a conversation between all three officials. Well, the check of the replay occurred some 90 seconds ago.
Well, this is a hard call to make.
And it's an important call to get right.
It's huge.
It'll stay with NC State.
Yep, that's the right call. And Karen Aston making sure she's got the right substitution, but palms up. She can't believe it, but I believe that's the right call.
3 to shoot for the Wolfpack. Play to the basket. Wilson's got it. Short. And Texas will take over. And for Akila Mays, that's her 5th.
Well, for Wes Moore, get a good look off the inbound. Ball in the hands of Dominique Wilson. But better defense from Texas. Straight up in the post. Trying to make them shoot over you. And get the rebound and the foul, which is huge. More size out of the game if you're Texas.
A chance to grab the lead for the first time since it was 39-38. We're tied. (77-76). Just the 3rd lead change today. And the crowd erupts here in Austin. Wolfpack call a timeout, 2 remaining as we take a look at today's Capital One.
Better create off the dribble. And let Williams move without the ball. Wilson, excuse me.
The Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year will pick up Maya Spencer. Behind the back she goes, rejected. And free throws coming up, and NC State can grab the lead right back. Oh, Taylor wanted that one.
Did she? You see her moving, working those angles, anticipating where Spencer's going to pick up her dribble. Felt like she made a good, solid play on that one.
3rd on Breonna Taylor. Spencer back to the line where she's 7 of 8. And regardless of the outcome today, she's going to sleep good tonight.
And future coach, she'll be a part of the, so you want to be a coach seminars at the Final Four, but being there as a coach, it ain't good enough for her. She wants to be there as a player. She's proven herself to be one of the best in the country this afternoon.
NC State back in front, approaching a minute to go. Winner advances to the Sweet 16. The loser is done. And Spencer just fouled out of the game.
Oh, my goodness.
McCarty came around a screen. Spencer wouldn't let her cut cleanly. And Maya Spencer will foul out with a career-high 31 points.
Oh, the sting on this one. Incredibly tough for Maya Spencer. This is not the way she wanted to see this go, and for someone who's been so focused all game long, it's impossible to hold back her emotions now. Let's take another look at this foul. Now Spencer. I didn't see the foul.
It was close. Tie game.
Close, but you make that call? I mean, McCarty, though, had her hand wrapped around the waist of Spencer. And it looks like they were just tangled up. I don't know how you can make that call with a minute left and a tie ball game.
79-78, UT back in front. A minute to play. And Wes Moore is going to utilize one of his 2 timeouts. Well, a tough call against Maya Spencer.
Look at Spencer to keep their key players out of foul trouble.
And you got to look for 22 in red for NC State, Dominique Wilson, with Spencer out. And there's a turnover. Atkins will cash it in for the easy basket. McCarty steals it again. Atkins. The foul will go against Texas, I believe. Ariel Atkins just fouled out, but an incredible sequence here.
You wonder what kind of impact you have without Maya Spencer in the game, and it's felt immediately. Good read by Atkins. And then McCarty with the quick steal, and Atkins' day is done. And this one's been incredible. Each possession.
Ashley Williams at the line, Brooke, excuse me, has not scored in this game. And you wouldn't know it by that stroke.
You got to stay dialed in. You never know when your number's about to be called. And Williams has been there on the defensive end today, leading the top of that triangle and 2 defense. And let's see what McCarty can do. You got a 1-point lead.
Wolfpack electing to play defense with plenty of time left.
You're going to stay in the triangle and 2.
To shoot. Higgs uncomfortable. And Karen Aston sensing exactly what we were. She'll utilize a timeout. That's the last for the Horns.
I'm trying to figure out what they want to do offensively. Texas just didn't feel right. Great move by Karen Aston to call timeout and say, hey, we got a 1-point lead. Let's get the shot we want. Always there to make sure her team's on the same page. That is incredibly important.
Higgs will trigger, 7 to shoot. Holmes, the freshman, triple team, lost it. McCarty corrals it, just 1 second to shoot. And a turnover with 20.6 seconds remaining. Shot clock will be off. NC State can play for the final shot of the game. And here we go.
The high ball screen, Wilson to create the same way Maya Spencer did.
Dominique Wilson, left side of the paint, throws one up. Offensive foul. Basket will not count.
See this setup. Joyner Holmes, feet in place. Oh yes, young lady, that is a charge. Great help side defense, in position before the offensive player starts her upward motion. And Dominique Wilson missed the opportunity for a stop and pop. Instead wanted to take it all the way to the bucket, and Joyner Holmes with the read of the afternoon. What a great charge.
Both teams out of timeouts. Texas taking over. Wilson picked up her 3rd foul on a bang-bang play at the rim. And now for NC State. Both
Plenty
teams, even 2 Texas free throws. It's still a 1-possession game. And Holmes will trigger.
Look out for the long pass to Breonna Taylor.
Higgs gets it, quickly fouled. And 2 free throws coming up for the Longhorns. Higgs perfect at the line today, 1 for 1. Just 53%, however, this year. As Monterey just fouled out as well.
We found the right player to foul. Brooke McCarty gets up. walking a little gingerly as well. A lot of injuries in this one. These players have put everything on the line. Just giving us a great game to call. This has been amazing. Great effort on both sides.
Aislinn Koenig will check in, one of the top 3-point shooters for NC State. Higgs was a spark off the bench in the first 2 quarters. 9 first-half points today. And the biggest free throw of her career. Underwood in, Lane goes out for UT. In and out. Battle for the loose ball. Holmes has it. 2-possession game. Koenig at the buzzer. Texas survives. To the Sweet 16 go the Longhorns.
Boy, Joyner Holmes with the 2 biggest plays of the day for Texas. The freshman